Just like that, Spurs knocked back down to size. Spurs lickle broed. Spurs lickle manned. Yeah, shout out Wayans bros. What is this? You lot are pathetic. Absolutely pathetic from Spurs. They've been absolutely blasted out the way by Arsenal, the biggest club, yeah, in London probably. Shout out Chelsea fans, whatever. Argue. You lot argue in the comments, yeah. And just lickle broed them. Spurs, you lost a race with yourself. It's you and you won in this race for Eze. And you lost. You lost. And just like that, you get reminded of the small club that you are. And listen, people are going to be in the comments saying, you can't talk flex. They beat you in Europa League fight. All of that is a disgrace. Fair play. Sail off into the sunset. Europa League, you're in the Champions League. I get all of that. But guess what? The football pyramid strikes again. The football food chain strikes again. It's the same thing like I was trying to tell Liverpool fans. There is levels. And Spurs, they thought that they're in... Spurs thought they got into the big boy club business because they got back into the Champions League and won a trophy for the first time in 17 years. The football pyramid don't care about that. The football hierarchy don't care about that. Eberechi Eze don't care about that. He wanted to join you when you were the only option. When you were the only option. Terms agreed. As soon as something better come along, something bigger came along, my man is out there. Out there in a flash. Flash. Shout out the Flash. Gone. Meet. See you later. Embarrassing for Spurs. Absolutely embarrassing. And it just goes to show. Do you know what? And Spurs fans are fuming. And you know what? Good. Because they needed this reminder. Am I a little bit salty from the Europa? Probably. I gave them their congratulations for that. But I don't care. Football, right, sometimes is about levels. Well, actually, it's always about levels. And what happens as fans is you forget yourself sometimes. I've done it as a Man United fan, to be honest with you. But there's still levels. Just because you won the Europa League, you're still showing that you're not moving correctly. Just when you think Spurs are turning a little corner, you go, you know what? The old Spurs would have kept Ange Postecoglou. They finished 17th, but they got a trophy. First one in 17 years. Keep him. But Daniel Levy sacks him. So you go, you know what? Fair play. Spurs get Kudus. You're going, right, you know what? Kudus, proper player. Looks the business as well, by the way. Looks the business. So you're thinking, right, tell you what, they're showing a little bit of intent here. They go and get Paulinho. Good market opportunity. Really good market opportunity. I think they got him on loan with an option. Really good. Other teams should have really been there for that. So you're thinking, rah, Spurs are going places. But let's talk about this. The Gibbs-White thing. Dilly-dally. Didn't get it done. Got Marinakis. Shugnakis, bro. Shugnakis came straight through and told you lot, you ain't having him. You've approached illegally. You ain't having him. You had to hold that. You've known about the Maddison injury for ages. Still dilly-dallying. Your own fault. Eze, you had him on turns for like the past 10 days, 2 weeks, something like that. Chilling, thinking just us in the race. And Arsenal had talks, according to reports, in like July, right? Early July for Eberechi Eze. And then decided they didn't even want him. Decided, let's focus on Gyökeres. Let's go get Madueke. Do you know what I mean? Let's give Trossard a new deal. Let's get Mosquera in. We're not really on this Eze thing. Then bang, one injury to Kai Havertz, and then man went, loud that move. Let's go and take him. And now Arsenal fans have managed to just destroy you. Like they always do to you. They always little bro you. Yeah, you lot have been saying, but where's your trophy? Where's that? You lot need to remember that in North London, it's red. It's not white because you won the Europa League. You're still Spurs. You can run up your mouth all you want. You're still a small club. And I think that is what's happened here. Eberechi Eze doesn't care that, the project, the stadium, this, that. Your sporting project is never going to be better than Arsenal's. It's never going to be better than Liverpool's. It's never even going to be... Listen, even on paper, I get it. Like, you know, like Man United are poor and, you know, we beat us in the cup final. Why would anyone want to go Man United? We can still probably get players instead of you. Newcastle United might be able to. Maybe not them. But you get my drift. Man City and that. There's a hierarchy. There's a football food chain, unfortunately, and you're not at the bottom of it, but compared to the big boys, you're in the middle of it. And when the big boys come knocking, they will take your targets, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Having said that, this time there was, because if you would have moved quicker and you would have got Eze holding up this shirt from long time instead of messing about over 5 million or how much more up front and not just divering, you know what I'm saying? You would have got him done, and then it wouldn't even been an option for Arsenal. Even if they could have got him, or Eze would have been like, oh, if I would have just waited, I could have gone Arsenal. It would have been too late, contract signed. So you got yourselves to blame. As for Arsenal, I'll be real. My first thing was, I'm not really sure where he's going to play. Like, they need a left winger. He's not an out-and-out left winger. He's an inside 10 or a 10. So what does that look like? Him coming in from the left into the space what Declan Rice occupies, getting in the way of where Odegaard is. I wasn't sure. You play with inverted left back. So what does the whole left-hand side look like for Arsenal? Stylistically, what does it look like? But the more I think about it, and it's true when I speak to my Arsenal friends, it is true. It's just about options. You'd much rather have Eze in your team than not. He's way better than Martinelli, obviously. He's way better than Madueke, obviously. Someone even say he's better than Odegaard. Uncomfortable conversations can be had. Because if there was a cup final tomorrow in the 10, who would I rather have? Eze or Odegaard? I'd rather have Eze. All day of the week. But he's an Arsenal player now, so it doesn't matter. They can play with or instead of. He can play with or instead of. And actually, you got to cut Eberechi Eze a little bit of slack because he's very versatile, actually. You know? He's not a traditional left winger. He's not someone who's going to go past people on the outside and get crosses into the box by trade. Maybe Arteta's going to ask him to do more of that. You'll take away a lot of his game by doing that, though, because what he is brilliant at is travelling with the ball, progressing with the ball, finding players for assists, getting goals. Do you know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. He scored, 8 goals last year? Is it that? 6 goals last year? And he's £62 million, but you know the quality you're getting with Eze, and Arsenal need options. Now, I just question the Madueke deal. I know Arsenal fans still say, I need options. That deal don't make sense. You can convince yourself all you want. I'm like, nah. Especially because you've now gone and got a left winger. Madueke's been coming on and playing left wing like he's covered for that. You've got Ethan Nwaneri as cover for Saka. Marino now is probably because you didn't go and get a striker in the absence of what's his name again? Kai Havertz. So Marino can maybe fill in up front, but you got Gyökeres obviously. Left hand side. Does this mean Martinelli has to be sold, or you just stay stacked up? You gave Trossard a new deal, so he's not going nowhere. So is it just about that? Is it just about having all these options? And actually, am I thinking about it too much? You know, the tacticos, the people who really look at this thing, I want to know from you, Arsenal fans. Like, and those the guys who look at the tactics. What does this look like stylistically? Or actually, does it even matter? He's just that good. Does Eze start? And you just start him from the left. He's versatile. He can come in. You know, maybe Declan Rice might have to go out a little bit wider. They're going to have to get some synergy because you can't just leave that left side vacant. I don't care how good Eze is. You can't play with an inverted left back like Calafiori or Lewis Skelly and have Eze as a winger who also just comes inside. Your whole left-hand side is vacant unless you ask the left backs to stop inverting. Again, this is where Arteta's got to manage, isn't it? He can't be as stubborn in his system. You can't just get these new players and just do everything the same. Maybe say to Miles Lewis Skelly, right, I don't need you in there in midfield because what we're actually going to do is Declan Rice can go back one next to Zubimendi at the right times, and Eze can come in and be that left 8, that left 10, whatever you want him to be. Do you know what I mean? So maybe you look at it like that. There has to be some sort of rotation. But listen, that's small potatoes. You can worry about that afterwards. At the end of the day, Eze is going to be an Arsenal player, and that's brilliant news for Arsenal. Top player, and actually it couldn't happen to a better kid. And he's not even a kid anymore, so he's in his prime. He's made for this. He's ready for this. He's an Arsenal fan, and fair play, Arsenal. You showed your hand because I don't know why you basically only waited for Havertz to get injured to actually go and get Eze. Do you know what I mean? That doesn't really make sense, but who cares? You got him. You got him. Arsenal fans over the moon, rightly so. Tottenham, you're in the mud. Know your place. Little man club, yeah? Know your place. I'm out of here. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace.